Hello everyone, this is White Wolf, and we're going to start out this live. And I wanted to really talk about allowing ourselves to really see life unfold, to see life unfolding in front of us, to see the simplicity, to see the beauty in everything, and to not take anything for granted, but just take in the appreciation and the glory of seeing your life unfold and finding out the little slithers and hints that allow you to know that you are blessed, that allows you to know that you're doing everything that you can, knowing that you're doing everything that you want to do, and knowing that maybe you get to do something that someone else doesn't get to do. And I think it's just having an overwhelming appreciation over your preference and understanding that seeing your life unfold and seeing the simplicity, but seeing the complexity inside of it and allowing yourself to see that will allow yourself to see that you're a part of what is being generated or created or manifested or attracted to yourself. You're the reason why it's being created. You're the reason why it's unfolding. And understanding that we're mirroring that back to ourselves and projecting that back to ourselves, we're allowing ourselves to see who we really are in that moment. And when we're creating it and attracting it and being immersed in it and experiencing it as a beautiful co-creation, but also seeing it as a balance of just grounding yourself and being very in the mode of gratitude, allowing yourself to alleviate the stress, the worry, the heaviness, and the denseness of life, but seeing your life unfold as something like a gift that's wrapped in a beautiful bow. And as you just kind of peel off those little layers of wrapping paper and you untie the bow, you see that something else opens up, and you see that the glory of the journey is basking in the glory of the journey. It's the journey itself, it's the allowance, it's the growth, it's the healing, it's the transcendence itself. And a simple way that we can look at our life is seeing that we get to live, we get to breathe, we get to eat, and seeing everything as a blessing. And it's a very, very simple message today, but seeing everything as a blessing, seeing how you are blessed, knowing that you're blessed, and every time that you're attracting that blessing to yourself, you are bringing stuff together and bringing and reinforcing a positive state of frequency, a way to think about things, a different perspective, a different way of resonance in your own truth. You're allowing yourself to see life as it is. Have acceptance towards your life and know that you can choose to have the best life now. If you choose that you can have the best life now, then you will automatically have it, because then you're not having expectation. You're not trying to force the choices. You're not trying to control everything. You're not trying to plan it out and make sure everything works out, but you're just allowing everything to be attracted to you and to be created and to be in a state of reception all the time. But also seeing life unfold is watching life unfold, not watching life pass you by. That's what most people do. And then they don't take a moment to just take it all in. That's why life passes us by. Instead, we need to take in life and kind of take that breath in and then take that breath out and just kind of relax into that and see the beauty in our lives. If we are able to see the beauty and not always see the negativity and see the false projections and see the negative ways of creation, then we will see the positive waves of creation and what we're attracting to ourselves. Because if we allow life to unfold, then we are not having control over our life and we're not having dictatorship, but we're having a co-creation. We are alleviating the tension or the resistance or the stress of it and just kind of waking up in the morning and seeing it as a beautiful stimulation of our own simulation. So we all go through a simulation, it's called the illusion, but then we generate another simulation that we're able to create worlds into existence, that we're able to take everything from our vortex and put it into creation, and have patience and faith and understanding that seeing our life unfold as it is right here, right now, is literally taking the stress off of yourself, taking the weight off of your shoulders, and you're putting it on the divine to work on your behalf. Because we can try all the time. And yes, we have to have action. Yes, we have to act on things. We have to make choices. We have to pull our destiny towards us. But sometimes it's kind of being patient and waiting to see what is going to happen, and then kind of letting it gel and letting everything unfold as it should, and having acceptance towards that, and seeing everything as a reflection of you, seeing everything as a recognition of source energy, seeing everything as a different cause and effect, as different energetic configurations and different ways to connect to your frequency, and to see the serendipity in everything, and see the synchronicity in everything, and why you have to go to the store, why you have to go on a boat like I did today. And we saw dolphins out in the water, and it was very beautiful, but we were probably just meant to see those dolphins and just have a good time and enjoy ourselves. But appreciation is so much better than expectation. Because when you have expectation, then you're always going by projection, and you're always going by a false projection. Now, if you're projecting in a way that I want to have the best day, I want to allow the universe to surprise me today, I want to allow the universe to work on my behalf so that I can become the best that I can be. But I don't want to be forceful, I don't want to be controlling, I don't want to have a lack of awareness and a lack of worthiness. And then you see that the worthiness and the appreciation and the gratitude and the happiness is the fulfillment within our own success, knowing that our success is how much we want to be happy and fulfilled in the present moment, and allowing life to unfold and show us how we can be blessed. So I hope everyone is doing okay. And this is White Wolf, if you've never been here before. This is one of my live feeds that I do. And also, if you guys want to book private sessions, you can. I do 1 hour sessions for psychic readings, healings, activations. It's $140 for 1 hour and $240 for 2 hours. And I do psychic readings tonight. I'm going to be doing psychic readings tonight at around 10 or 11, so stay tuned for that. So it seems like every time that we transition into a new timeline or into a new experience or into a different state of energy, it doesn't matter how high vibratory that you are, we all go through the dark night of the soul. We all go through our healing. But we appreciate the vulnerability and the sensitivity and the intensity of that healing, because it allows us to be reflected in a greater way of how we are allowing ourselves to let go of even more, and shedding those layers and collapsing those timelines, and letting go of the sense of the ego, and letting go of the sense of who we used to be, and letting go of who we think we should be in the future, right? Because we think we should be this person. We think we should be there, but we're already there. We may have not attracted it to ourselves just yet. But we're already there. And if we know that we're there and we understand that we're there, then we don't have to control it anymore. But seeing life unfold is allowing the manifestation to be the reception of you, a reflection of you, in its preferred continuity, in its preferred consecration, and its preferred implication of how to implement it in a very profound way. If you find anything in your life so profound that the simple things can really teach you a lot of different things. So everything is a teacher, everything is a catalyst, everything is a way to elevate your state of mind, your state of body, and your state of spirit. And how we allow ourselves to really change is understanding that we don't have to change for others, but we're allowing God to make and inspire a change in ourselves. It's our relationship with the Creator and ourselves that generate the preferred alignment at all costs. You can make appointments with people, you can talk to people, you can interact with people, you can, project onto your friend, you can talk to your family about this and they'll think you're weird. But at the end of the day, Source knows what's best for you at the end of the day. And seeing Source within yourself and then seeing Source within everything that you're creating will allow you to see more. So seeing our life unfold is enjoying the dark night of the soul, is enjoying the circumstances that don't feel so enjoyable, enjoying that boat day that you get to have, or that roller coaster ride that you went on the carnival at. And appreciate those days that you get to have that sense of freedom and you get to have that sense of attracting things to yourself, and you get to have those days where some people are not living that life like you are. And that allows you to really know who you are and know where you're at and know what you're doing. And what you're doing is very beneficial not only to yourself, but to the people who are around you. And Linda, you can book a private session if you'd like, if you're wanting to know the inquiry of that. But allowing everything to unfold is the patience, it is the willingness, it is the alleviation of having to think. Think about that. It's the alleviation of having to think, of having to control, of having to feel like your actions are not aligned, that you don't have a sense of direction, that you don't have a sense of a compass, full circle. Because it doesn't matter where you can go north, east, south, and west. No matter what direction, it's got to be your direction. It's got to be your Mona Lisa. It's got to be your painting, your project. No matter what it is, it's got to be of your essence and of your heart and of your vibration. So enjoying life is choosing to enjoy it. Choosing to let life unfold is choosing to be the manifestation of it. And when you're choosing to be the manifestation of it, you are the creator of the manifestation. You are the magnetic pulse of that electromagnetic kinetic source energy. That's why I've said that for years, is because you have allowed yourself to generate a different polarity inside of yourself, and you're literally connecting the dots and finding that symmetry. And also, you're just finding ways to pull gravity towards you. And when you're able to do that, you have the world beat. Because you are the I Am Presence. And the I Am Presence is always infinite in its own nature. So yes, Linda, I did answer your question. You can book a private session if you're wondering about that inquiry. And yes, I do answer questions, guys, but this one person was being facetious. And some other people were too. So yes, I do answer inquiries on this live. But that's me tapping into energy. But the main focus of this live is allowing you to know that we don't have to feel like we've been left at the bus stop. We don't have to feel like we've been left behind or that God forgot about us. Because God is always on the move. Source is always infinite in its own nature. Source is always directing our steps, and Source is always waiting for us to accept the infinite blessing, which is letting life unfold. And kind of in the spur of the moment, just doing things when you're guided to do things, when you hear that whisper, when you hear that intuition, when you feel it within your heart, within your mind, that you really just want to go after it and you really just want to do the things that you want to do, and you're not letting it stop you. And then you find out different breadcrumb trails and different ways and different avenues to complete those things that seem impossible in the infinite realm of possibilities. And then you see like, wow. And then everything kind of flows, and then everything kind of connects, and it just goes. Because if everything is in flow, it is always a green light. And if it's a no, then that's the red light. that turns into like a halt, a screeching halt, right? But one of the phrases that I use, and I think it's very simple and it's very corny, but if it's not in flow, it's a no-no. But if it's in flow, it's a go-go, okay? Because that allows you to know with your inner child that when you feel the flow and you feel the direction and you feel how to tap into that and thrust yourself into that and find the choices and find the different avenues within your life, and then everything just starts to click. The actions become more purified. You become more empowered to make those actions. You allow life to unfold in front of you, and you have this unbelievable calm about you, this patience, this love, this unconditionality, and this acceptance towards everything in your journey. And you just kind of sever all the ties of anything that does not project and know the sense of who you are. So, I was seeing if my guides wanted me to say anything else, or my higher self, or God. But we're going to do some healing energy today. And what I wanted to focus was to heal the very fact, healing the very fact Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. You told me I would be moving. It's happening. I'm letting everything unfold naturally. See? And like how she said this, I want everybody to read this. I'm letting everything unfold naturally. You know why? Because then you become supernaturally organic. And then there's no room to panic. It's very corny, but it works. It gets the point across. And when you let everything unfold naturally, then that means that you are enjoying the element of surprise and the element of allowance, and then you are receiving that energy, and then you're able to project that back into the universe and give it back to the universe. And then there's this complete recalibration of the densities of consciousness, but also your chakras, but also your alignment, and forcing your truth so that the painting is being painted how you want to be painted. Right. It's kind of like you can put a little dash here, you can put a little purple here, you can put a little red here, and then you have a deep water horizon. But you don't have to complete it all in one day. Sometimes when people are like, you're going to be fast-tracked. I used to think that was like, 6 months, I'll be where I need to be. Sometimes it takes maybe a year or two. And then you see who you've become since then, and you had to love the person that you once were so that you can appreciate the new parallel self. See, Rachel gets it because she said it's amazing when you fully understand this. Life is magical. That could be your guys' mantra. So thanks, shout out to Rachel. It's amazing when you fully understand this. Life is magical. Let that be your mantra. Let that resound in your heart. Because that is allowing you to have the understanding, to be aware of it, to be cognizant, and then you are proclaiming and declaring that life is magical, and you're also stating the very fact, the truth of it and the essence of it, when you know that it's amazing, because it gives you that starburst magic inside of yourself, and then it's just like a mic drop, and then everything just kind of clicks. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a little sunburned. But we're going to do some healing energy, and I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be going live around 10 or 11 tonight, p.m. Eastern. And I'm going to be doing live readings and healings. The donations are going to be $25, so if you want to stay tuned for that. But we're going to do some healing energies. And I wanted to do some healing because I felt like a lot of people needed it, because I had a lot of healing last night. I was very vulnerable. I was very sensitive with myself, but I was very much receiving it and just giving myself to the healing power of God's source energy and just really allowing myself to let go. You know, when you allow yourself to let go, you transform and you transmute that energy. And it allows you to become even greater than what you think you are. Because the moment we feel like we're at our weakest, we're at our strongest. And sometimes when we're in our cloudiness or denseness, that's when we really should do these lives and actually talk about these experiences and share and alleviate. Because it might bring you a greater awareness and bring you a greater sense of healing. Hello. I hope everyone is doing well. And sometimes it's just saying, I love myself. I love my life. I love everyone around me. And I love the universe for what it's given me. And if we accept that gift here and now, then we don't have to wait for it or be patient towards it. So if anybody wants to receive this healing energy, please receive it. And if you guys want to stick around, feel free to do so. And I hope everyone is doing well, and I love your guys' lovely comments and being a part of this live feed. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for the people who have been a part of the other live feeds as well. You guys are amazing. It's a pleasure to be of service, and it's a pleasure to be a part of your guys' lives for just a brief moment. Feel this healing energy inside of your bones. Allow yourself to know and have acceptance towards life unfolding, that life is a dream and life is a reflection of you. And if you reflect back to the Creator and ditch expectations and ditch false implications and false projections and really align to true, vibrant empowerment, you'll allow yourself to transcend the human conditioning, and you'll allow yourself to have true acceptance beyond your own personal bias. Everybody in this live, and even in the universe, have a full chakra recalibration. Archangels of love and light, who's one that cleanses us of our auric field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I am, diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, grounding, allowing ourselves to know ourselves, allowing ourselves to tap in, and allowing ourselves to attract the things that we want to attract. Allowing ourselves to use the wisdom, to use the courage and the stability to know who we are in this moment with this healing energy. And we are going to tap into the Kundalini energy. This is the energy of quick release and then rejuvenation. And choose to infuse spirit within your day. And whenever you go about your day, just choose to let things unfold. Allow yourself to generate the appearances that you desire, the circumstances that you desire, living everything by your divine expression, but also by your divine preference, so that you can allow the divine to work on your behalf. But you can channel the wisdom of your guides, your higher self, and God. But this is where you're coming from your heart. And then when you have the gut, you have those instincts that supersede all understanding. And then it shoots all the way up through the mind, through the causal, so that you are able to receive as that tree of life. That's why we are the tree of life and not the tree of knowledge. But we are the tree of life that grows, that extends its limbs out, that is of a source of grounding within our roots, so that we can be rooted in something, rooted in goodness, rooted in holistic nature, but also just being able to get away from all the murkiness or the muddiness, and being able to just kind of clean it up. And when we're able to just kind of clean up, and clean up house, not only within ourselves, but outside of ourselves, then everything in our life seems to really get a sense of coming together in this culmination of this encapsulation of energy. It just kind of pieces together bit by bit, and then these little breadcrumb trails, and then you are able to fluctuate within your energy, but get the burst of insightfulness, excitement, and just everything becomes more bright and more clear within yourself. It becomes more clear because you're able to discern what is the truth and what is not. And when you're able to do that, no matter what is going on around you, that you choose to allow life to unfold. And if you choose for life to unfold, then that means that you are ready for anything to be reciprocated within yourself, to be activated, so that you can fully rest in your full nature, so that you can be fully aligned within who you are, and just find that flow inside of yourself. And then it just becomes kind of natural. Life becomes more magical, it becomes more exciting, because you're letting things unfold naturally, and you get that sense of transformation because it just reaches a heightened state of awareness. And it just feels like this burst of this spontaneous combustion of cosmological consciousness. But this is where we heal not only our past lifetimes, but our patterns, our emotional patterns, our speech patterns, but also a way to just heal life itself, the way we interact, the way that we teach and direct, and also even how we continue to learn things every day. But the fear kind of dissipates. The anxiety or the resistance or the unwillingness to receive kind of dissipates, and you kind of shove it out of yourself. you always, every day, put everything in a ball of energy that you don't want and just be able to send it back to the sun. Because then you're letting go of the burden or the stress or the worry or forcing this or controlling that or doing something just out of being scared. Instead of doing something out of truth and direction and insight and hearing that whisper of spirit and just coming back to God, knowing that you are God. That we are the human manifested version of God's source energy and the great I am, and we are able to channel that. Not that we are God Almighty, but we are God's source energy made in the I am presence, in that image. And then we are like a video game, but instead we're not doing missions, having a sword and armor and fighting ghouls and stuff like that. But we're able to kind of raise our health meter, our vitality meter, our endurance meter, and we're able to live our lives as a video game as we are interchangeable, interdimensional, multidimensional, and transversing time and space. And when we're able to do that, then we are able to access the keys to the castle, if you will. And raise your hands if anybody wants the keys to the castle. I do. Some of you in your spirits are jumping up and down saying, I do, like you're 5. What do you want? How do you intend? How do you attract? And how do you want to project that into this current awareness so that you can fully align to your true truth and really live for the things that bring you the most happiness, the most joy, and the most frequency, and infusing spirit with your day always. So everybody take a deep breath. Exhale. And so it is. So I hope everyone is doing well with the meditation, or the healing, I should say. Whatever it was for you, if it was a healing or meditation or activation, whatever it was for you. If it blessed you, thank you for attending. Thank you for being a part of it and being aware and just tapping into it. If it blessed you, then God bless you. And one of the things that I think is the biggest thing we should all do is just enjoy. It's great to tap in. It's great to be aware. It's great to be honorable, but there's no greater pleasure and honor than to enjoy. Enjoy, 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 and if you can't do anything else, just try to enjoy. And I promise that the entire frequency will change with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Thank you for being a part of it. It's always a pleasure to be in a part of your guys' lives for even a moment. And thank you for taking the time out to be a part of it. And also I'm going to be doing a live feed later, doing readings, healings, activations. So I hope you guys are doing well. And also, if you guys want to book private sessions, I've kind of raised my prices a bit. It's 140 for 1 hour, and then 240 for 2 hours. It's going to be 10 and 11 p.m. Eastern. My apologies. I always say 10. I'm always expecting you guys to know my time now, and usually I'm always thinking about different time zones. But 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern. If it's any later, it might be midnight, but I never know because sometimes I'm cleaning up for dinner and making coffee for the morning and things of that nature. But 10, 11 p.m. Eastern, I'll be going live doing readings and healings. And I hope to see you guys there. And thank you guys so much for just watching the little TikTok videos. Thank you for making your lovely comments. And I accept all comments, whether they're negative or they are positive. I've learned to really do that. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being a part of it. And this is White Wolf signing off, and so it is. And until next time, also YouTube channel White Wolf the Oracle, Instagram White Wolf 4741, and BitChute White Wolf the Oracle 23_@. If you guys can remember all that. most of you are like, what are you talking about? But you guys get the point. So thank you. God bless. Namaste.